Hola y buenos días. Estoy aquí con una colega muy especial, muy importante también porque yo escuché su historia y es una historia bastante interesante de migración y voy a hablar en inglés porque mi invitada no habla español. So I'm here with Shanu ma'am. Hello Shanu ma'am, how are you? Very good. Shanu ma'am, so yours is a very interesting story of migration and movement. So could you tell us a little bit about where are you from originally?
Sri Lanka, a little place called Kohuvala. It's about 15 minutes away from Colombo.
Oh, okay, great. And so how come you are here in India?
So I moved about maybe around 12, 13 years ago. I got married to an Indian, so I moved because of that.
Okay, wonderful. And tell us a little bit about your ancestors, because while talking off air, I got to know a little bit about your connection with India and Sri Lanka. So how is that?
Okay, so it's quite crazy. A lot of people they get a little confused with how I ended up here. So my grandparents were born in India before the separation between Pakistan and India, and but during the separation, they decided to migrate to Sri Lanka. My mom's side and my dad's side. So my mom and dad were quite small. I think my mom was just a baby when my nanny and nanu moved to Sri Lanka, and my dad must have been about 4 to 5 years old, and they all moved to Sri Lanka during the partition. So they were in Hyderabad, Hyderabad Singh. So before the partition, they moved, and then my mom and mom's side they moved to Jaffna, that's the north part of Sri Lanka, and my dad's side they moved to Moreira. That's the hills in Sri Lanka. That's how they came to Sri Lanka. And then I guess my mom and dad they met when they were older. They were working in the same shop, and they got married in Colombo. They met in the shop and they got married in 1968, I think, if I'm not wrong. That's when they got married, and then I was born in Colombo in 1983.
Oh, wonderful. So, Shanu ma'am, you are here in India since many years now. What are the main cultural differences you see, be it in food, be it in the way we dress? Because there are a lot of similarities as well between India and Sri Lanka, probably especially in south of India and Sri Lanka. So some similarities and differences, if you can tell us.
Similar that we come from a culture where we show a lot of respect to each other, and food wise, a lot of people who have not been to Sri Lanka would assume that it's similar to what happens in South India, but it's a little different. Although we do have rice and curry, but the rice and curry back home is different to the rice and curry you get here because of the spices. Although we have the same spices, but we use it different. So a lot of people think Sri Lanka is just the South Indian food, which is dosa vada. We have that as well, but including that, we have a lot of coconut curry, coconut milk based rice and curry. So food, there is similarities. There is, I mean, it's not very similar, but there are little differences here and there. The weather is somewhat similar. The heat, and the way we. I don't know actually what else is similar. Because when I am here, I do miss Sri Lanka. And
What is the thing about Sri Lanka that you miss the most?
the beach, of course, it being an island, and I miss the people. I guess here everyone's in a hurry. I feel everyone's running for something. I mean, back home we are also running, but we run at a very slow pace. We are not always in a hurry to do things. We take it very slow. We go with the flow. I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing back home. I just miss the whole vibe of the island vibe. At the end of the day, it's an island, so I miss that island vibe. Comparing India is just work, running, getting things done. So that's one of the biggest.
Okay. And what is sambol? If you can just tell us, what is sambol?
Sambal is state coconut, and they put a little chili, a little bit of lime, and they put a little bit of dry fish. You can do it without the dry fish and a little bit of raw onions, and you mix it up, and you have it with either bread or you have it with string hoppers, which we call idiyappam, or roti, pol roti. Pol roti again is coconut roti. So it's a staple. I mean, most families start out their breakfast with a bit of portion more, but it's always there in some sort of a way nowadays.
Great. And finally, I am a cricket buff, Shanu ma'am. So please tell us a little bit about Sri Lankan cricket in terms of who have been your favorite cricketers growing up and even currently.
Currently, I don't think I'm following it right now because the team is not doing that great, and I really don't know what's happening at the moment. But I got pulled into cricket in 1996 when a team actually won, and I followed it for a while since till Sangakar and all of them came into the play. But I lost contact with cricket after this. I think my favorite couple of players would have been Arjuna Manatunga, Captain Pool. He's always going to be the top captain, the top cricket captain that I've ever looked forward to, because he's always stood up for his players. And he's just very sweet, all good guy. And Sanjay Surya, of course, his cricketing skills, no one can forget that. You know what a good batsman.
Yes, he gave the Indians a lot of trauma during his time.
We were quite happy with his skills. It got me interested. I thought he was coming in to coach our team, but now he's gone. I don't think he's the coach anymore. And of course, I love Muralidharan, his bowling skills. Those are some of my favorite cricketers for the moment.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Shanu ma'am, for giving us a sneak peek into Sri Lanka. Bueno, hasta otro video. Chao.